The fact that I even need to address this is crazy. What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel and to another video. Today's going to be a hopefully brief video, and we're gonna talk about some stuff that's been circulating on the internet over the past like 17-ish hours. It's a very specific number because I'm looking at what caused this issue and it was posted 17 hours ago. There is a lot of misinformation going around on the internet once again, and apparently I'm the only one who's capable of actually doing research or paying attention to what's happening, but it is what it is. So today we're gonna touch very quick on the fact that a lot of very big anime updates accounts are posting that there's not gonna be a streaming for the Demon Slayer movie in 2026, that it's gonna be only in theaters in 2026. I'm gonna show you why all this has gone down. We're gonna talk through some reasons why it's wrong. And yeah, let's get right into it. But before we do, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment your thoughts. And also share this video if you have friends or know people who are like freaking out because they think that we can only watch the movie in theaters in 2026. I got you. Okay, so I don't usually do things quite this way when I talk about updates, but I want to kind of take you all through what's going on here. So as you can see on the screen right now, this is the Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba English official Twitter account. So if you watch a lot of my videos, you know I do talk about the fact that on Twitter is going to be where you get most of your correct information. I usually direct people to go to Twitter when it comes to new announcements or information regarding anything within the series of Demon Slayer. It always starts there. However, I always tell you to err on the side of caution when looking at things from the English account. Even though this is the official English account, it is not going to make announcements. That always starts with the Japanese account. They always get to announce it first because that's the official account. The English one is the translation, so we always get it second because we're not Japanese. But as you can see, this tweet, and this is the source of all of the issue, it says, "I know, father, watch Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Infinity Castle exclusively in movie theaters in 2026. So right off the bat, when I saw this, my immediate thought was, this is a typo, and I moved on. I did not even fully watch this video because I'd already seen it from the Japanese account, so I didn't feel the need to watch it at that time. I think I was with friends anyway. So I just moved on with my life. And then an hour later, I signed into social media to see, I kid you not, at least 10 very large anime update accounts posting that the movie's not gonna come to streaming platforms in 2026, it's only gonna be in the movie theater. So this is very obviously a typo, okay? I'm just going to throw that out there. Now, is it possible that they will not release it to streaming in 2026? There's always that possibility. Is that unlikely? Yes. I think that we're not only going to get it in streaming in 2026, we are most likely going to get it released episodically. That's my prediction. I'm sticking with that. And there are some reasons why this is just a typo. First things first, we're gonna watch the video that this tweet is actually about. And y'all tell me if you pick up on anything. It's a 30-second video, by the way. This does not take much time out of your day to do research. Again, when it comes to things like this, you have to look at the original tweet and then go, let me like research this. Let me use some critical thinking and not just see 2026, oh, I'm gonna post some super clickbaity, rage-baity posts letting people know that we're not getting it streaming in 2026. It's only gonna be in theaters in 2026. So this was the first, let's just watch it. Let's just watch it. I'm gonna show you what I mean. Music's so good. Did anyone catch that? Did anyone catch what it said at the end there? Okay, keep in mind, this whole tweet, no, it has not been deleted, which is kind of crazy. I don't know why it hasn't been deleted. I think maybe whoever's in charge posted it, didn't realize the typo, and signed out for the weekend. I don't know. They should delete this and fix it. I will say, like, this is on them. That can cause a panic, having this typo, right? But go to the end of this video. It says now playing exclusively in theaters in 2025. Okay, so that right there is like the video itself. If you just watch the video that this tweet is a part of, it says exclusively in theaters in 2025. Debunked. It's a typo, okay? We can stop there and say that's a typo. Again, can there be the possibility that they won't release it to streaming platforms in 2026? There always is. That's super unlikely. The point of me making this video is really to tell you, like, take a deep breath. It's not gonna stay in theaters that long. Movies don't stay in theaters longer than a few months. Especially for our case, this is in English, so that means that it's catering to an audience outside of its originating country. When we have foreign movies come through, they're not in theaters as long as something like Wicked will be, probably, or like The Avengers or whatever, because it is very popular, but its box office numbers are not on par with some of the like big blockbusters, because it's still, even though Demon Slayer is very mainstream, it's still very niche. There's still a lot of people who don't watch it because they think anime is weird, right? We're not getting it, like, it's only going to be in theaters for a couple more weeks, which sucks, but yeah, that's just how it is. And I know this because here's the other thing. So we could have stopped there, like I said. The video says now playing exclusively in theaters in 2025. It's obviously just a typo in the tweet, right? They need to delete it, absolutely. They need to edit it. They're verified. They can edit this tweet. I think it's literally just a fact that it's the weekend. Whoever does this is probably off work for the day. Anyway, we go now over to Crunchyroll, and my screen's kind of mixed up, so let me stop it really quick. Okay, so I'm just on the homepage of Crunchyroll right now. Again, I don't usually do things this way. I'm literally just walking you all through because it really doesn't take that much time to figure out why all of these news accounts, again, are just doing this for clicks, for attention. They do this all the time. We saw it happen when there was like a big announcement of, oh, it's gonna come out in 2028 because it took 3 years to produce this movie. And it's like, well, okay, there's a lot of issues with that statement. Is it factually incorrect? Maybe not. We never know. It could happen, but take a deep breath is what I'm trying to say. So if I go down to Demon Slayer, which is always in my continue watching, when you go to the Demon Slayer homepage on Crunchyroll, okay, you scroll down a little bit, what does that say? The castle is infinite. Your time is not. Final weeks exclusively in theaters in 2025. Okay, so here's our second little, all it takes is a little bit of research, debunked. This movie's not going to be in theaters in 2026. This movie is leaving theaters here, at least in the United States, North America, in a couple of weeks, which I'm sad about, but that's how this kind of stuff works. And then we'll get a streaming release at some point in 2026. They already said a while ago, if you want to see the movie in 2025, you have to go to theaters to watch it. But this is just confirming it's gonna leave theaters soon. If you want to see it before the year is over, you gotta see it now because it's gonna be leaving theaters soon. It's coming up on 2 months since it released. That's around the time that it would usually leave theaters. And then we'll get the streaming release at some point next year. It still will be a little while. If I'm remembering correctly, Mugen Train had like a year from when it released in Japan to when it released on streaming. In fact, let's just look that up since I'm sharing my screen. Mugen Train release date. So it came out on April 23rd, 2021 here. Japan was in October the year prior. Yeah, October 16, 2020 is when it officially came out in theaters in Japan. Streaming. I think it came out after and I know it came out early, like there was a mistake or something. I don't know exactly when this was. Again, I wasn't a part of the fandom yet. I hadn't started watching Demon Slayer until late 2021. But as you can see here, this is only 2 months after its release date in North America, but we also had a 6-month delay. So I would say it's not far-fetched to expect it to hit some digital streaming platforms in early 2026. Maybe not January, maybe even not February, but probably at least the spring, March, April. You never know. I think Crunchyroll got it kind of late, but keep in mind also Mugen Train got an episodic release. Oh, I can't type. Release date. It was like October of 2021. First episode was October 10, 2021, so almost exactly a year after the movie came out in Japan. So I think we can assume that we'll probably get the streaming availability springish, and the episodic release probably would be like with the summer season if they follow this. They do keep things consistent, but sometimes they change things up. These are my predictions. However, I'm just debunking the fact that it's not going to be in theaters in 2026. Like, it's literally, I don't think it's even going to be in theaters in Japan in 2026. I think even though it gets a longer run in Japan, like, it's still running in theaters, and it came out in July. I'm recording this on November 1st. So it gets a longer run in its home country. I think in Japan, probably December will be its last month. So content creators are so quick to just see one thing, know that it's going to get a lot of attention, usually out of like people freaking out, raging, like, because of course if you see this and you see like 2026, that means I'm not even going to get to see it streaming on 2026. You see that, you think that's crazy. I would think that's crazy. I never thought that was the case though here. Should they fix this tweet? Abso-freaking-lutely. I don't know why they haven't. Again, I think it's just a matter of it's the weekend and whoever did it in their final part of their shift. Like, it posted at 8 p.m. I wouldn't be surprised if that person had scheduled it ahead of time and is already off the clock. And I would think more than one person would have access to social media in case stuff like this happens, but it is what it is. Yes, you can take that as a sign, like, oh, maybe that it isn't a typo. Maybe you can only watch it in theaters in 2026. But the video itself says 2025. And Crunchyroll says that our time is not infinite. Like, we're in the final weeks. So I think everyone needs to take a deep breath. And I know that there's so much going around about Demon Slayer. It's so easy to just see these posts and automatically think them to be true. But remember that most of this stuff, I would venture to say, if you see an anime updates account post any like new information about release dates or something, literally just don't believe it. If you don't want to do the research, then you need to err on the side of not believing it over believing it, because this has become such a big issue within this fandom, and I think within pretty much any fandom. This is like just the only one that I pay super close attention to all the time. So keep that in mind. This video ended up being longer than I expected, again, because I'm yapping, but we can expect streaming to be 2026. I would be so shocked if they don't release it to streaming in 2026, because they need to keep building the hype if the second one's not coming out till 2027. We need stuff in 2026 then to keep like us remembering that we need to watch the next one. Not that I think that it's not going to happen. Like, if they could literally be completely quiet for the entire year of 2026, people are gonna go watch the second movie in 2027. But they need to still remind people and that sort of thing. So we're getting it in streaming in 2026. I'm like 98% sure we're getting it in streaming in 2026. This is a typo. And I wouldn't be surprised if on Monday this tweet is either edited or a new one. So that's gonna be it. Take a deep breath with me. All right, feel better now? Cool. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment your thoughts. And I will see you all in the next one. Matane!